Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Hangover series. So happy to have you guys here. Today, we have a special little guest named Danny here to talk about his journey on Temptation Island and a lot of questions for the girls. Had to ask the questions everyone's dying to know. So let's get into it. Welcome, Danny Spongberg, to the podcast.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Just fantastic. First time ever being in Chicago.
And first time on a pod. And we are drinking Sabi B, of course.
Sabi B.
And we were sitting on the floor because I thought that felt best.
I don't think there's a better way to do a first podcast than this, to be honest. I was listening to it on my way up here.
So I was just asking Danny where he went to school and all about his life, so.
Yeah, so I'll just keep going. Born in Omaha, Nebraska. So born and raised, went to Creighton Prep High School. So Creighton University's preparatory high school, went there. And then I was getting into college. So played baseball at 3 different schools. Garden City Community College, which is bumfuck Kansas. Lower western part of Kansas. Ended up getting in trouble, so I left there. Not an ideal situation by any means, but ended up working out in my favor. And then I ended up going to Southeast Community College. So that's in Beatrice, Nebraska, right outside of Lincoln. So I went there for 2 years, played 2 really good years of baseball. And then once I left there, went to Bellevue University. And that's when shit started getting crazy. So I was there and ran into a back injury in like January. It's a small central protrusion, which is like it's like a quarter of a herniated disc.
Okay.
Lower back in between my
painful
L5S1. Yeah. So like hurt to lay down, hurt to breathe, walk, literally do everything. So I ended up cutting out the baseball season last year. But that's when I ran into the show.
Other dreams started coming.
Other dreams started forming. Yeah. So it was actually a wild story because it was early January when I got injured. And then I went over to my grandma's house like 2-3 weeks later and we watched The Bachelor together. I was driving home. I was like, this would be crazy if I was to ever go on a reality TV show. Spoke it into existence. A month later, I got a DM on Instagram. And I'll show you that here. Just so random.
From like a producer?
Yeah. So they have like, not really a producer, but
almost like a recruiter?
A cast recruiter. Yeah. Sweetest person ever. She just like randomly reached out. At the time I had like just over 2,000 followers. I honestly thought it was a scam because I was like, there's no way this is like real. And I was like, where would this be? All this stuff. And then I ended up hopping on like a phone call with her.
Oh my gosh.
Gave me a rundown on it. And then she led me to like another person. And essentially for like a 2-month period, I was just going through interviews. So it was like first interview was just like, who are you?
Yeah.
Right? Like, what are you looking into? Like for a woman? Like,
you could have a herniated disc.
Yeah, herniated disc. I gotta make sure I'm healthy. But the worst interview, if you will, was like a 500, almost 600 question psych exam.
500 questions?
It was 567 questions.
Oh my
and it was
goodness.
just yes or no to like every type of question. So that was annoying. It took me like an hour and a half to do. And I was on Zoom call for that. And then I think I had another interview after that one. And then before filming started, like 2 weeks, I got a notice. And it was like, hey, like you made it.
Oh, dang, 2 weeks before.
2 weeks before they flew me out. I flew out probably like May 8th. And then we were there until like June 5th or something like that. If you guys haven't seen the show, tune in. It's number 4 on Netflix right now. You'll see me on the cover page. It's kind of wild doing the whole Clay date.
Were you nervous when you got casted for the show? Like when they texted you, like you got it? Were you like scared?
Yeah, because like I was talking to all my friends and I was like, this like is a possibility, like previous to, knowing I was on it.
Yeah.
So I was like, guys, like this could be a possibility. So they were like hyping me up, getting outfits, and it was nerve-wracking, but I didn't really understand the whole scale of it at first. Even then, like I'm just still grasping the whole scale.
Did they tell you like
now.
it's going to be on Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Temptation Island, there's seasons that came out in 2001. I can't think of it, but there's like 5 or 6 seasons starting in like 2001 to like maybe 9. And then
okay, I've heard some of those seasons are like crazy.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're wild. And then I think maybe like 2010 or 11, I could be completely wrong on this. They like a different company bought it out. Okay. And then Netflix just bought it out again.
And did you know who the couples were before you went on the show?
No, I had no idea. They like strictly kept it a full secret. So like Ashley on the show, they didn't know they were going to be on it until like a couple days before they got flown out.
Oh my gosh.
It was weird. Yeah, there's like some connections that they had with their agencies at the time. Yeah, again, if you haven't seen it, tune in.
Yes. So when you hand out the bracelets, in the show, were you immediately like, yes, we're going to Ashley, or were you like contemplating some of the other women?
I was pretty set on Ashley. She just kind of stuck out the most, like pretty blonde hair. I mean, she was pretty, you know, good body and everything. So it was like she stuck out kind of the most. Kind of more my like, I wouldn't say I have a specific type, but like if I was to have a general type, it would be girls that mainly look like Ashley.
So you're like, that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one.
I'm gonna take her. Yes.
Yeah, and she got 6 bracelets.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Like all of them.
As she should. As she should.
Exactly.
So I guess what was your reaction to first seeing like all the couples when they came out? Or they were sitting there first and then you guys came out?
Yeah, so we were like hiding behind some trees, waiting to come out for like an hour and a half. Like it was brutal. There was a lot of sitting and waiting on doing those shows.
And like retakes and
yeah,
all the
exactly.
Did you have to sign an NDA or anything?
Yeah.
You did? Yeah. Are you allowed to share all this information?
Well, everything's out now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we like a week and a half after the show, we couldn't really say anything about what happened after.
Until it came out.
Until it came out for about a week and a half, and then they were like, all right, now you can kind of like full ride, say whatever you guys want. But I mean, first reaction, I just didn't really know what to think. I mean, they're all pretty. Now let's just see kind of like what their personalities, what their stories are, and then just build off that.
Were you intimidated by their boyfriends at all?
No, not really. I just, it's kind of hard to feel intimidated when you're, because like we met all the guys before the show, so it's like we had an army of like all the single guys.
The couples?
No. So we had like an army there. So it was like, I didn't feel like it was like a major competition between like me and the boyfriends. Like in a nice way possible. Like they weren't like intimidating to me.
If you had been in a relationship with someone, would you have gone on as a couple?
No.
Absolutely not.
There's zero chance. And I think every single person that's on the show would say the exact same thing.
Like absolutely
zero chance.
Yeah, no. I would not trust my boyfriend after
You're pretty much like selling.
The boyfriends did terrible, but the girlfriends did amazing.
I feel like that's just
have
so
a lot of
typical,
trust issues after that. What was your favorite part about filming?
I mean, honestly, all my favorite parts didn't even get put in. Yeah. Because there was a lot of parts that didn't get put in. I don't know. Like, honestly, just my favorite part of it, like in general, is just hanging out with the guys. All the single guys. Just because we were always together and we were always in like a small space, like waiting. So we just bonded. Right?
Did you guys stay all in the huge house together? Or did they like send you guys somewhere else to sleep?
So I can actually show you this too. Because I took a video. So they had like a separate house. And what it was like you walk into the door and there was a hallway for like 20 feet. But each side of the hallway, there's doors, right? So there's like 2 doors, one on one side, one on the other. You open them up and then it's like a room with like 6 bedrooms in each room. And then they had like mics above us when we were sleeping and like cameras on us too.
So you're always on camera.
Always, like damn near 24/7.
Were you scared how people are going to perceive you when it came out? Like, were you like, oh my gosh, are they going to make me the villain or the good guy?
Yeah. So, I mean, like, that's probably the most commonly asked question I've gotten.
At least you were the good guy. Like, everyone's obsessed with you now.
And I just, like, I played it very realistically to, like, how I am in a relationship. Try to be very supportive. And you guys didn't really get a good glimpse of that on the show. It was, like, very, if you will, like, almost, like, bland scenes of me. Like, there wasn't a lot of really good talking points, in my opinion, that kind of really showed who I was.
Is this your first time being on camera, or had you done stuff, like, in the past?
Yeah, I used to model in high school.
Okay.
I signed with a couple of agencies. So I was, like, familiar in front of a camera.
Yeah.
But, like...
So this is kind of, like, something you had dreamt of, in a way? Or, like, a goal?
I mean, kind of. I always thought it would be an option to pursue a career like that, like acting, whatever it may be. I just never really thought there was going to be a possibility for it. But then this all of a sudden came up.
Yeah, so and it just came to you. You didn't even have to apply.
And that's what happened with the majority of people, too. They all got reached out. Okay,
so what are your thoughts on Grant after watching the show back?
So being in that environment, understanding, like, what actually happened, it's fucked up what he did, but it's also like that's the whole point of the show. Is to see if you can resist temptation to prove to your loved one that, like, hey, I love you honestly. I don't have any bad blood with him. There's no point for me to. I met him out in LA and he seemed like, he was a genuine dude to me.
So that was the first time you met him was after filming?
Yeah, months after filming. Yeah, so that's crazy. Yeah, when we were up in LA, we were at a party and like he came up to me and started talking to me and he's like, dude, I like essentially like summed up version. He's like, dude, if I was in the same position, I mean, dude, I'd do the same thing. I get it. And I was like, yeah, like I don't want any bad blood. We were just all playing our parts. So like no bad beef with him. I know he's been getting slammed on social media
I saw that.
really bad. So it's like I almost feel bad, but it's also like he fucked up. He did something that socially is not acceptable. Yeah.
So I think everyone's biggest question is, are you and Ashley together?
Yeah, so Ashley and I absolutely love that girl. Like, she's so awesome. Everything about her, like, I absolutely loved on the show. And we were talking for like a month after the show into like the real world. There were just a lot of things that just weren't lining up for it to be like a healthy, controlled relationship. Obviously, being on there is just very mentally and physically stressful.
And quick.
Almost
being
hard.
Like however long.
Exactly. Very quick for all that stuff to happen. But so we were talking, and I started a new job that was very hard for myself. So I was just kind of like, it's hard to keep myself emotionally and physically stable along with her long distance. So I was living in Minnesota at the time. I was selling solar, and she was in Fort Lauderdale. So it was like far away, but it just would have been very hard to just keep it a strong, healthy relationship. Yeah, but like in the future, you never know what the future holds. But yeah, we're still like really good friends. We're going on a vacation at the end of the month with some of the other guys and girls from the show. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
But yeah, so we're not talking, we're not dating, but we're still really good friends.
Besties.
Yeah.
So let's get into some questions for the girls. I think you're definitely the fan favorite. I am seeing like, what are those called? When people make
like thirst traps almost. Like they're almost thirst
I've been
traps.
seeing them like all over my For You page.
All over mine too.
They're like, Danny.
Yeah.
I'm like, the girls love Danny.
Yeah.
So I know you kind of already briefly told us what your type is, but like, what if you see a girl at the bar in the street, like, what are you going for?
What am I going for? So what I've always been about for the past like 2 years is just someone that's like different. So like if you think of like a basic blonde, not so much. Okay. So what I mean is like I like girls that look natural. So not like super big lips, super Botoxy, you know what I mean? Everything fake. Like I don't really find that attractive by any means. So someone that's like almost you could think of it as like someone that was raised in like a small town.
Okay.
Someone that's just like down to go out, but also just very mellow at the same time. So someone that's naturally pretty much the main thing. And then obviously
he's
like
looking for a small town girl.
Yeah, you know, just keep it simple for the most part. If you find them attractive, then ultimately if you can just keep a conversation, be happy, smiley, have a good smile too is a really big one. That's kind of just like what I look for.
Are you an approacher? We talk a lot about approaching men on the pod because we feel, I feel, and we feel like men never approach girls at the bar anymore.
Really? You
like,
think so?
I don't think a man has ever approached me and been like, can I have your phone number? And like a lot of my friends, no, I'm not even kidding. And like a lot of my friends agree.
That can't be
like,
right.
Are you an approacher or are you like just sitting there waiting for the woman to come to you?
For me, it depends on my mood. So like sometimes I'll go out and I'll be like super energetic, love to talk to everyone. That night I would be more of an approacher.
Okay.
But also I don't try to make it seem like I am just scavenging for a woman. Because like as a woman, you guys very easily can pick up what a guy's first intention is. And a guy like, as a guy, like you need to be aware of that.
Yeah.
Because it can come off super weird. I'm not like going one by one to every single attractive woman I see. Like that's not me. Make it super nonchalant. I like don't go for like the Snapchat or number right away, just Instagram. If they're open to that, then it's like, yeah, you'll shoot them a DM.
Are you buying them a drink?
So this is the other thought that I have with women's intentions. A lot of women just want drinks just because they know they can, this might sound kind of weird or wrong, but like in a sense, like control men. Like if you're an attractive woman and you go up and you're super nice, super outgoing to a guy, like they're going to be like, oh, she's into me. But you're just playing a nice card, just wanting a drink. Essentially, I go
up to men and I'm like, I would like a tequila shot.
Yeah.
Because we love men that provide.
Oh, for sure.
If you can provide me with a tequila shot.
And if she can provide a very like good conversation, a natural conversation.
No, yeah.
Then yeah, you know, if we end up talking for like 20 minutes, yeah, I'll buy him a drink. It's like if I just meet a girl, I'm not going to be like, so you want a drink? Because then it's like almost if I keep talking to her, then it's like I'm going to just keep buying her drinks, you know, which isn't a bad thing. I just think if it's worth it, yeah. But yeah, that's my thought on that.
But you're not like, I'm going to go hand out tequila shots.
No, I don't do that.
I used to be in the habit of buying everybody tequila shots because I like wanted them so badly, but I don't want to take them alone because you look insane. So I'd be like, who wants one? Like,
tequila shots are
15 of them.
Yeah, when we were in LA, like majority of what I drank was tequila. I can't take vodka shots. I
Fair.
despise them.
I don't think anyone enjoys them.
No, and
Do you
people
like
ask me,
whiskey?
I don't really drink whiskey
I feel like
that
men
much.
love whiskey
A lot of men do.
when
But
they turn like 70.
if I do drink like whiskey, it'll either be like at home and I'll just like sip on it, or like a rum and coke or something like that.
Do you drink beer?
No, I don't like beer.
Okay, what are you ordering if you go to a bar?
Vodka Red Bull.
Okay.
Or vodka
with
soda.
tequila shots.
Yeah.
Do you like espresso martinis?
I love them, yeah.
Okay. Have you had a dirty martini? It's like with the olives.
Maybe once.
Okay.
Those are an acquired taste, though.
I was really into them one year. I still love them, but I was like,
I feel like I always saw you
addicted to
post
them.
those.
no, yeah,
On
I
your
was like
stories and stuff.
going
Like,
through an
always-
addiction to dirty martinis
Or like your
people were
TikToks.
scared.
Be like,
Yes.
all right, guys, we're going to make up.
Dirty
Blah, blah,
martinis
blah, before we go out. Yeah.
Yes. So, what are you looking for in your next girl, woman?
In my next girl.
your next thing that's going on.
I'm in such a transition period in my life right now where it's like, with this like small amount of just like following that I've gotten, it's like a lot of people are just gonna like know me and want me for like the Netflix dating. So it's kind of like a transition to realize my worth and being able to sniff out like the fake people and the real people. So what I tried to keep was like a super small circle back home, people I can always fall back on, because I know once this came out, then it's just gonna be crazy. But
Have you gotten any crazy DMs?
yeah,
I feel like that starts happening.
for sure. Some, I mean, not like too crazy, because everyone's just like, Danny, I love you. But like the girls that are like really in love, yeah, they're telling me to like sit on their face and stuff.
Oh my god!
I don't know about that one.
They're bold. They're putting themselves out there.
Yeah,
They're
good
letting
for them.
you know what they are about.
Yeah, I'm not about that.
They're
though.
shooting their shot immediately. So, since there was a lot of cheating going on, have you ever cheated on a woman?
Cheat on a woman? No.
Have you ever been cheated on?
Not like, no, I haven't. I've only had one girlfriend.
Okay.
And there was like, I did some dumb stuff, which some people you could classify as like cheating.
Okay.
But I never like did anything that was like really, really crossing the line, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But yeah, that was quite a few years ago.
Okay, if you are taking a girl on a first date, where are you taking her? Are you like an activity person, like a dinner person?
So it depends what's going on in the area.
Okay.
Like if I really like, I don't take a lot of girls out on dates, mainly because it was just leading up to the show. Like if I was going to be taking a girl out on a date, then I'd, in a sense,
Like,
you'd
I
be
gotta
like
go.
leading them on. Yeah.
I'm going on temptation.
Yeah. So it's like, even like after we filmed the show to like whatever time period it was, it's like I could take you on a date, but then it would also be like leading you on.
And then you have to watch the show.
And then you have to watch the show. And then if I was like dating someone right now and then they see hundreds of thousands of DMs,
It's not a good start.
It would be very tough on her. And
Yeah.
then I don't know, it would almost like pull away some trust maybe, just because the options like.
So if you were going to meet someone, are you meeting them on like a dating app or in the public?
I didn't even like answer your question there. The fucking date, like where to take someone.
He's against dates, but like
Okay.
where would you take them?
Yeah, so I don't take a lot of women on dates, but when I do, I would try to like find something fun to do wherever I am. Like I've gotten more into like plays. Went to them with like my grandma. I love to like dress up and go out. It's just a fun vibe.
So fun.
So like if that's there, and if I think it's like reasonably worth it, if it's like $600, probably not, right?
Yeah,
But if it's like
fair.
$150 for tickets, it's like, yeah, sure, let's go, right? So it's like that would be fun, or just kind of like more dress up, just get cute. You know, girls love to get cute and be called pretty and everything, right? So it's like do something where they can feel really confident about themselves, or maybe like KFC or something.
Or KFC.
And if she's open for a KFC date, then she is a keeper.
What are you getting at KFC? Are you getting the bowl?
I don't even
Do
know.
you even know what KFC is?
The bowl? Or are you talking about the mashed potato corn?
Yes.
Yeah, that
People
one.
love that.
That's what I used to get. But what grosses me out is like the feeling of the bottom of the bowl. What I mean by this,
Plastic.
do you know the pictures that you can get and you turn them one way and it's one image, the other way and it's another image? Have you ever scraped your nails on that?
No.
That's the feeling I get when I like scrape on the bottom of that bowl. But it like literally
Okay.
makes me want to vomit.
Okay, so we should not be going to KFC. Should not be taking women there.
Yeah, no, I took that back. KFC is. Yeah, that was
Okay,
weird.
but are you meeting women at the dating apps or out in the public? Are you on the dating apps?
I was on the dating apps, and then people started getting pissed at me because
Who are the people?
just random people were DMing Ashley seeing
Oh.
me on like Hinge, and she's like, Danny, you got to get off that. I don't want to call people fans. I want to call them like friends. Friends would be reaching out to her, being like, hey, why is Danny on this? I don't really need to be on dating apps. There's no need to.
So you're more of a public at the
Yeah.
coffee shop.
Coffee shop, maybe if they reach out on DM or if I do, and then just same city, same time.
So what are your next steps? Where are you going? Are you gonna still be living in Nebraska? Are you gonna
Yeah.
be moving to Michigan? You're going to Michigan.
Yeah. So I'm on my way to Michigan. So this is a part of the transition period that I'm kind of like, my brain is debunked on
Okay.
now. So there's a company I've been working with. Absolutely love them. Love everything about them. The culture, everyone within it. I absolutely love it. Now, they're up in Detroit right now selling. So that's my pathway next. So I'm going to Detroit on the 28th. At the end of the month, I'm going to Cabo.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go back and sell in Detroit. But then what I'm going to do, and this is part of the transition period, is Logan from the show, he just started working for another solar company.
Oh,
So
competition.
so I want to try out that solar company, because if I can live with Logan, then we can make
in Iowa
content.
City?
Yeah, and we can make content, live with each other, sell solar. The pros and cons outweighing, I can make more money at, Logan's company, but it's like, I would be really happy working for the other company, and I very highly value happiness over the majority of things. So it's like, if I wouldn't be happy working at Logan's company, I wouldn't want to be there. So it's like outweighing, and the managers of the other company up in Detroit, I've been friends with since my freshman year of high school.
Okay.
So it's been like 8 years. So it's like some of my best friends.
Yeah.
So it's like really hard leaving them into moving with Logan, but it's like ultimately in the future,
You got to do what's best
social
for
media,
you.
most money, best opportunity for myself. But it seems like it's maybe weighing towards Logan's company.
That's so interesting that you guys both sell solar panels.
Yeah.
And he was doing that before the show?
Yeah. And I
Wow.
wasn't. So I started right after.
Okay.
But this was like a wild part that made me know this experience was going to be like one of my favorite times of my life. Logan and I, we flew to Hawaii on the same plane. And so when we were like waiting to board the plane and everything, I was looking around. I was like, I wonder if like anyone else, because we were in the Denver airport or whatever. So I was like, maybe someone else is going to be on this flight. It would be pretty obvious to tell. I couldn't see anyone. But then sitting on the plane, and I see this dude walk by, and he's like 6'5", tattoos. Like, okay, this dude, there's a chance on this dude. He said like the same thing about me. But then we hopped out and we got into a car with one of our like cast management people. So those people are the ones that like drive you around everywhere, right? So they're constantly watching over you. But hopped in the car with Logan. I was like, yo, dude, what's up? Like, what's your name? Logan, sweet, Danny, right? I was like, how old are you? He's like 22. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm 22. Where are you from? Iowa. Shit, I'm from Nebraska.
Yeah.
Shit, what do you do for work? Oh, you sell solar? I've been training the past 6 months to sell solar right after the show. Instantly, Logan and I became like really good friends. And essentially, we've kept that connection ever since. And then I'm working on a couple other projects at the moment that I don't want to release yet. So let me ask you.
Yeah, what's up?
Would you ever want to be on a reality TV show?
My sister was like, please be on Farmer's Wife. Do you know what that is?
I get an idea of what it is. Depending
I
on
just
your
like can't
personality.
pick up eggs like after the chicken birth. Like I can't do all that.
Yeah.
And you're a barber, right? Can barbers cut women's hair or no?
Yeah.
Really?
I can cut your hair if you want tonight.
I do need a haircut.
Dead ass? Like,
but I'm
trim it?
scared.
I mean, like, if you were to get a haircut, like, what are you thinking? Like,
I don't know.
you want, like,
I'm scared.
quarter-inch
Well, we don't even have
trim?
haircut scissors.
Yeah, I do.
Just always on you?
Always.
Guys, should I let him cut my hair?
I think we do it. I think it'd be fun.
I'm
After
like
after-
actually down, but you cannot make me look ugly.
I have only made one person disappointed with a haircut. And I've been cutting hair for 4 years. And it was because I didn't know what I was doing. It was when I was first starting off. Ultimately, like, for you, all we would do, comb it down, put on your back. I have a cape for you as well.
Oh my god. Wait, you just carry this stuff around
Yeah,
in case someone wants a haircut?
always in my trunk.
Okay.
So we can grab it in a little bit, and then
Okay.
we can come back and I'll cut it. And it just really depends if
Guys,
you
I'm
want
getting
your.
a haircut.
It depends if you want your
If
hair
you
to
guys
look.
see me out and it looks ugly, know that it's Danny's fault.
Yeah, blame it on me. It just depends if you want your hair like straight or just a little bit like curved. I can't really bend it properly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause some girls like their hair kind of like this. So we do it because I need to cut my top too. Because it's gotten too
we're
long where it
getting
looks
haircuts.
really like spaced out. Looks like my hair's thinning super bad, but
I'm scared. Well, everybody wish me luck. if you see me looking ugly on the streets, it is Danny Spongberg's fault, not mine.
Yeah.
Not my OG hairdressers,
Yeah.
but it is his.
Yeah, it's all my fault. I haven't got my barber's license. I'm just like fully self-taught.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna show you like the hair journey that I gave myself, but I like to do things that are just like unique and different that no one does. This time in my life, which was a year and a half, 2 years ago, I was like, okay, I feel like a lot of people, when they're older, they regretted a lot of decisions they didn't do in the past. And I feel like for myself, kind of like who I am, my personality is like different hair colors, different hairstyles, see what it looks like at least. A lot of people are just scared to take risks, and that's why a lot of people aren't successful. On that topic, I buzzed my head, right? Bleached it, and then I met a girl on Hinge, and she was a cosmetologist. So then she dyed it.
This is like
this is
the
like
Hinge lady?
no, that's my mom.
Oh,
Fuck. So then she cleaned it up, and that's my mom's hair color. So it was like it was very, very close. So then I went blue because it was baseball season.
okay.
And I was like, fuck it. Why would
Let me be blue.
Like in the future, like maybe I'd be like, damn, I want blue hair, but I don't know what I look like, but I'm scared.
Yeah.
Now I know what I look like. So like that.
Okay.
But then my coach got pissed at me. 12 hours later, I just dyed it box eye brown.
Okay.
And then that's when I started the mullet. So then ever since I had a mullet, and then it turned like green, and then like it turned into like frosted tips. I don't know. I just always wanted to do things that like no one does. So this other thing that I was going to tell you about, which I'm so open about, but people find it disgusting.
Do you want this on the pod?
Sure.
I'm scared.
So like with my hair, like granted it looks like it's way too long right now, so it looks really like stringy in the front. But like, I'm just going to ask you, like, how long do you think it has been since I've washed my hair?
Washed?
Yeah. Like truly by like looking at it. Granted, I was driving all day, but I showered before. And you can feel it.
I'm scared. Like 4 days? Is that a long time? I don't know, but I'm supposed to be guessing.
No, it's just like since last time.
Don't say like 3 weeks. 4 weeks. 2 months? If you say like 3 months, I'm gonna scream.
I started a journey.
6 months?
I started a journey
I'm scared.
where essentially before I started growing my mullet, and this is going on.
Year.
This has gone on for like, I started something because in high school I had like super long hair.
Okay.
In the front, and then it was like shorter on the sides, and I always put product in it, right? So then I was like, why do I need product in my hair for it to look good? And I was like, shit, it's because I shampoo and wash my hair, or excuse me, shampoo and condition my hair every single day, and I have to put product into it. I would go like a week without washing it, wash it 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it may have been, right? Shortly after the show, I like took it to like a serious level.
When did the show end?
June of 2024. So I haven't washed my hair since. Essentially, I trained my hair since like beginning.
So 9 months ago.
Beginning to the middle of July was the last time I actually like put shampoo in my hair. You look at it and it's like.
Wait, so what do you put in it? Just water?
Yeah, I just rinse it.
Does it smell weird?
But the way I rinse it, it doesn't smell like clean. Like it doesn't smell like it doesn't smell like roses like your hair would smell, right? But it's like obviously it wouldn't because I fucking haven't shampooed my hair in like literally almost a year. But what I do is like when I wash my face, after I wash
you put face wash in your hair?
No.
Okay.
I like rinse off my hands. So like those oils, like there's no oils on my hands because I just washed my face, right? So then I'd do like a deep rinse. So then those oils would be on my hand. I'd like wash my body, rinse off my hands.
Wait, you don't use body wash either?
No, well, yeah, like
okay.
like body wash, like I'll wash my body.
Danny doesn't wash himself.
I have the worst hygiene in the world. No, then the oils are off my hands.
Okay, no, yeah,
again,
I'm
and then
getting
I rinse
it.
again. So essentially, like I'm naturally cleaning my hair. So I've been on like a hair journey, and I just want to tell my kids like I went a whole year without washing my hair. Like it's just like, one of those things.
Your children are just never gonna wash their hair.
Yeah, probably.
Never.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I want my kids to look up to me though.
Well, that was like a perfect story to end the podcast.
I think it was.
It's
Perfect
inspirational.
hour marker. Oh my god, let's go, guys.
Now Danny is gonna start the trend of people not washing their hair. No one is gonna be washing their hair. People are gonna start sending you hair samples of their hair.
But guys, once it starts getting greasy, wash your hair because that shit's fucking
Okay, I was
gross.
gonna say, wait, what if it gets greasy? then you're supposed to.
Yeah.
So you just have to train it to not get greasy.
Exactly. So it's like you can't just go immediately, like a year without washing.
That'd be so scary.
Yeah, because it will get 100% greasy. You just gotta train it. Before we end it, last thing, there's someone making us a book about our love story on the show.
About you and Ashley?
And Logan.
And Logan.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, everybody go watch the show if you haven't already.
Temptation Island on Netflix. Seriously appreciate the podcast. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you for coming on.
More than welcome.
Goodbye, everybody.
We'll see you guys.